Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Maggie Kim, and today, in honor of the FNAF movie coming out like a day or two ago, I'm gonna show you guys how to turn into Toy Chica. I did this makeup look back in October for my makeup Instagram, just for like spooky makeup looks. You should go follow that. If you're not, what are you doing? I also did the marionette. So I kind of ate, I don't know. To me, I ate down. So I'm just gonna be showing you guys how to do that. So a little makeup tutorial. But yeah, I'm just gonna be showing you how I did everything. Because I did it yesterday. I went to go see the movie yesterday and 10 out of 10. I liked it. It's so much better than the first one, in my personal opinion. I also made my girlfriend Freddy ears and a Freddy hat. Because she went as Freddy Fazbear. And I'm also gonna be using these as my hair clips because I can't find any of them. So, oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Let's not do that. Okay, let's get started. First, I always just start off with like my normal makeup, like base. So I'm gonna go in with this eyebrow and pencil. Yeah, I use the Wet n Wild Ultra Brow, like Ultra Brow, and just do my brows like I would normally. Just do your brows like how you'd normally do them. My brow shape will never ever be consistent because of, maybe I should, I have Bob's Burgers playing in the background. Hope y'all don't mind. But my brow shape will probably never recover from 2020, the incident in 2020, aka when I decided to shave off all my brow hairs. If I still have pictures of it, I'll insert them here. Anyways, I'm just gonna clean up my brows now with a baby wipe before carving them out. So, oh! I low-key just wiped off half of this brow. Gotta put her back on. Also, I'm so sorry for the super booty cheeks lighting. I don't know how to get good light for my videos. Okay, now we are gonna carve out our brows, and I just used my concealer and the cinema roll slanted brush, makeup brush. So let's do that. I always start from the middle of my eyebrow to the out, and then I do the top, and then I do the middle. Just watch, just vote, just vote. Found it. And then to get so it's not so harsh, I blend it in with like a, I don't know what brush this is. Oh, it's concealer brush. Perfect. And then I just blend it in like this. Because you will cover your lid with concealer, but I don't do that yet. Fast forward, please. One eyebrow done. Next eyebrow. Chat. I didn't post last week. I just don't know what to post that would be entertaining enough. Because sometimes I be doing videos, like filming like a day in my life or something, and I look back at the footage while I'm editing. I'm like, bro, this ish is so boring. So then I'm like, I'd rather just not post if it's like boring, or like if I even don't find it entertaining, why would I want it to post it? So I don't, because I'd rather post something that like I even find entertaining or like I would watch. I'm not gonna post some booty cheeks content. So like my Halloween vlog, I low-key hate that vlog just because I think it's low-key boring AF, and I thought I'd do a lot more on Halloween than I did, but so I don't know. I don't like that video. I didn't like that video after I posted it. When I posted it, I thought I ate down, but I didn't, and that's the tea, I guess. Me when I can't multitask? Okay. I was trying to say, I need y'all to give me ideas on what to post. because what do you guys find entertaining? Like, what I find entertaining, like, I watch vlogs and stuff, but like they have to be entertaining for me to watch. So I don't know, give me ideas, guys. I'm also kind of poor, so okay, brows finally carved and done. I just go over it with my powder puff with the leftover powder from it and just set it low-key, just so that it's not like super shiny. I mainly do on the top of my brows because why do you want your brows to be shiny? You know, so now I go in. Oh, I also use the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in shade Medium Peach for my concealing. I put a little bit on my eyelids, and then I use my, like, a buffing brush, my concealer brush, to basically blend it all in. I want to start posting, like, more, I don't know. Y'all seem to love my bestie Island over here because was it the Mute, Deaf, and Blind challenge, baking challenge? Y'all love that one. That one did real good. Is that a sign? I need Alan, but no, it's okay. Sometimes I just think I'm not as entertaining on my own, but it's all about the mindset. If you think you're funny, then you're funny, you know? So, welcome in. Thank you for coming to my TikTok. Now, I go in with like a hot pink on my lid. You can honestly use any hot pink. Yesterday I used a blush, but I'm using the My Melody palette from Hot Topic, which is probably expired, to be completely frank with you, but I'm using the shade Strawberries. And that's gonna go all over your lid, and I use a fluffy brush. This one, it's like a whisper of pink, so you have to put a lot on for you to even be able to see it. But the way you guys can see the freaking pudding. Let me just back to business. I always start on my outer corner and work out and in, so I just go in like a circular motion over the edges and to just spread the color all around. And I always lift my eyebrows or like kind of face to make it blend and give me a lot more surface area to work with. But you can go crazy with the pink eyeshadow, but to me, I probably won't do the craziest look. But, and then right now I'm just gonna start building it and bring it down my nose a tiny bit to give it some depth. Just bring it out and into this. What is this part of your eye? I don't know, but I just do that and I'm blending it out the sides. And a lot of people are like, Diffyens, girl. After lashes, low-key, no one will notice. So like, you could low-key just go with this and then you'll be fine. But if you want to be extra like me, we could do him. And I also will probably do a little pink eyeshadow look to go with this makeup so it pops, you know? Okay, now that you have like a pinky base on, I'm gonna go in with this eyeshadow palette I got off Amazon years ago when I first started doing makeup. The bang for your buck. This was like 15 bucks. And it has, I want to say 4 palettes in it. It has a green based palette, a red based palette, a blue based palette, and a pink and purple based palette. A bang for your buck. What is it called? It's called the Meet Your Match Eyeshadow Tray Color Board by Beauty Glazed on Amazon. I don't know if it will still be 15 bucks because inflation, but I'm gonna just go in with the middle, the bright pink in the middle. And I'm gonna do that to deepen my outer corner and give it some depth. I'm using the same brush. Don't kill me. And I go in just slightly on the outer corner. I also might add some purple if I'm feeling thirsty to this makeup look. So we'll see. But again, just go in the corner. I typically go in like a shape like and then I'll buff it out a little bit. But I just know how to do my own eye shape. I really haven't done makeup on a lot of other people, like nothing crazy. But I'd love to get into doing other people's makeups. But I've only ever done like my family's makeup for like family dinners or family events and stuff. So I don't have a lot of experience doing other people's makeup, so don't clock me. I need to practice because I'm doing my older sister's wedding makeup. So I need to lock in and learn and like practice. And if I want to be a makeup, like a wedding makeup artist, I need to lock in ASAP. No Rocky. So now I look kind of insane, but you know what? We ball. With the same fluffy brush, I'm gonna go in with like a purpley color. I'm gonna switch back to my Melody palette, and I'm gonna go in with what's called Sweet Smile. This one, and again go in with my in the outer corner. And these colors again are like pretty cool tone. I don't think I even said that, but they're pretty cool tone. This is my Melody palette. It is. So I'm just adding a little bit before adding another deeper purple into my outer corner to give it some depth. Okay, we have the first layer, and I use the same brush for a lot of things. I wash my brushes, probably not as often as I should, but I wash my brushes. Now, just to be safe, I'm going to go in with this lighter purple right here and deepen my outer corner one more time before adding the darkest layer of purple on, because I don't want the purple to like overpower the pink. The pink is the star of the show here. So okay, eating. Now I might use a different purple because these purples are a little too deep for this makeup look I'm trying to achieve. So let me find an eyeshadow palette really fast and I'll get back to you. I found a makeup palette that has the perfect purple for me to use. It's a Quinn Beauty palette and it has 117 pretty pigments. It's like $1. My brother-in-law's sister gave it to me. Bless her. And like, bro. So I'm gonna be using over like a shade over here. So I'm gonna close it. I'm gonna use this shade right here to deepen my outer corner because it's like a magenta-y color and I feel like that's like perfect. So like most of my makeup palettes my brother-in-law's sister gave me, love her. They were like untouched. So I'm truly blessed. And then blend it in. You low-key probably won't even tell the difference and I'm doing all this work for nothing, but I noticed the difference and that's all that matters. Okay, and you know what, we're done. We're done with most of the shadows, okay? We're gonna move on, but we'll come back to this eyeshadow. Now time to do eyeliner. Actually, I'm gonna clean up right here really fast. I use a Wet n Wild breakup proof liquid eyeliner pen in black. And it's like a brush tip. So yeah, I don't know how to explain my eyeliner. You just have to kind of watch. So let's lock in because eyeliner is like my favorite thing to do, but it's also the hardest thing to do. Boom! I have this shape. I'm not gonna go anything crazy with the eyeliner because that's not the main look. Now I just fill her in. Again, I go with my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, and I just start doing my base. I always start with my under eyes. Don't come for me with no primer, because I don't have primer. So, and then I just blend it in with a beauty blender. And then I just go here. My chin to cover up, like, hyperpigmentation around my nose crevices and the chin. So, now I'm going to go in with a setting spray. I use the NYX Matte Finish setting spray. Holy grail. These two products together. The NYX setting spray and the Wet n Wild Photo Focus. Beautiful. Every time I use them, it eats. So, that's been a combo I've found and I've stuck to it. Setting powder set. And now I'm going to use, again, the Wet n Wild Photo Focus in Translucent to set my makeup before we get into the fun stuff. And I use a powder puff. Just set everywhere where I put the concealer. And again, that concludes my chin, under my nose, and my under eyes, and my forehead. So, now onto the fun stuff. You're gonna need a yellow eyeshadow for this. A lot of people in my Instagram asked me if I like painted my face yellow. I did not paint my face yellow. I used eyeshadow. If you want to make this look wearable, just put it on like your cheekbones where you'd bronze and put blush. Put some orange on your nose and your lips and your chin, and you're good. And do the circles to make it. Sorry, chat. I ran out of storage, so I had to kind of fix that really fast. But you'll need a yellow eyeshadow. So I'm using this yellow one from the Amazon palette, and I also might use this darker yellow and some of the oranges from this palette as well. But honestly, just any yellow shadow works. And then I use this like disposable makeup, like, oh my god, makeup triangles. So I just, oh, before that, oh my god, I get a fluffy brush and I dip it in, and basically I feel like I'm bronzing and contouring and blushing my face. So let's do that. And then I always try to start lightly, so I'm gonna start up here and just, can you see it now? Okay. Well, I can see it, so hopefully you guys can see it. It will get more yellow as time goes by. So I start like up here and then do basically the outer rim of my face on the sides. And so if you will look a little sickly, but if it's what's for the good of the group, you know. And then I just go in, kind of go ham on it because Chica's quite literally yellow. So hair was pissing me off. So like I said, just like you're bronzing or contouring your cheekbones, and I do it to both sides. I'm actually gonna go in with a deeper yellow, and it's like a tiny bit darker, this yellow, and I'm just gonna again go kind of just focus it on the center where like you typically would see it most, and do it there like that. And trust me, we'll get into it. I'm gonna go in with like an orangey color just to give some dimension. You know, you could honestly stop here if you'd want, but I'm not. Oh, I'm gonna put some yellow on my chin and my forehead to try to sink it all in using that base color or that medium color. I'm using Glicky both, and I'm just gonna put some on my chin, over my lips, and on my forehead, just a little bit. So you have the 4 placements. Now again, I'm gonna go into that orange, and it's just literally like a bright orange. Tap my brush in there and then pat it into my skin at first, and then we'll start going in circular motions. But we're gonna basically contour with the orange just to give it some dimension. You don't have to go crazy with it, so I don't recommend going crazy with it because then you're just gonna turn orange, and Chica's yellow, not orange, so I kind of go pretty chill with it. And then we'll go back with the orange later, but we're gonna focus on doing like highlighting yellow. So now I'm gonna take the sponge and go in with a super bright yellow for a brightening under eye. So I'm just gonna use, what side should I use? I'm gonna use this bottom side, kind of just swirl it in there, and then go under my eyes, down my nose, and like basically do my T-zone as if you're brightening. And this is how I got the look that I did, and it was all eyeshadow, so it might be a little, I don't know, like it might transfer because it's eyeshadow and not like a face paint or something like that. But, and I'm literally just going right under my eyes and then doing my T-zone, so I'll fast forward to that. And then if it's like kind of blending in here, go over it with like a, like I'm just gonna go over it with this so it kind of blends in a little better, because you'll get some excess powder on there, but trust, it will be dealt with. So you kind of see the vision, right? So now I'm gonna do my T-zone, which you're low-key gonna like cut and like bake your nose with this color, but I'm gonna do that in a little bit. I'm just gonna start doing my nose and chin. Damn, I kind of contoured it a little, focused it a little too close. Right here. Again, I'm so sorry for the terrible lighting. I kind of look like a Whoville character. Oh, what are you doing? And then brighten up the center of my chin. Okay. I'm okay, just gonna cover my nose a little more, just so that we have a base. Then go up to your forehead, go like this, like a triangle. And this look, to me, if you take your time, you will fill up maybe like an hour and a half to do it. But if you're like, you are locked the freak in, you can get it done in like, I want to say half an hour. Like you can simplify the eyeshadow, maybe not do the full yellow like I'm doing now. But what's the fun in that? What's the fun in that? And I'm just gonna go over it just in case there's any loose powders. Now for the fun part, we're gonna contour our nose and give basically like the beak effect. I'm gonna go in with a smaller fluffy brush. Again, this one is the Wet n Wild Little Twin Stars collab, and I'm gonna contour the freak out of my nose with orange eyeshadow. So go in, I wouldn't use like a pretty prominent yellow orange. I'm gonna use this little lighter orange to start off. I'm gonna pick some up, dust off the excess. I always start at the tip of my nose. I also don't contour like my nose ever, so maybe don't take my advice on contouring. Start with the tip of the nose. And then I'm gonna just basically 2 lines on the side of your nose. Hopefully you guys can see this. But, and then that's why you did the pink to low-key blend in with the orange. You get me? I'm cooking. I'm cooking. So I'm low-key just gonna blend it into that pink, and then I might go over with the same fluffy brush with the pink afterwards. So like this. And my nose, I don't say I have a bulbous nose. I don't have a button nose either. I low-key like my nose. That's the one thing that I do like about my appearance is my nose. So you're basically doing a really long U shape so far. And then I'm just gonna deepen that color. And then you can make like a button nose effect with like contouring, like doing a little thing there. My nose low-key already just has that shadow to do it. So I'm gonna do that really fast. Blend it in to the eyebrows and to the shadow. So it's like one cohesive look. You feel me? You feel me? And now, low-key, I'm just gonna like go with that lighter orange shadow and go on the sides of my nose and kind of just really get that color in there. Because Chica's nose and mouth are orange. Her beak. So I just try to get it closest to that as possible. Now that I have an orange nose, I'm gonna low-key contour a little more with a deeper, darker orange. Just mainly on the sides. I don't really care for this part being so defined, but I like, you want a snatched nose. If you want a snatched nose, this is what I do. And I just really focus it there. With that fluffy brush again, I'll brush off any excess that it has. Now we're gonna go back in with that triangle, with that light yellow that you used. That light yellow, you're gonna carve it out and bake your nose basically. So I'm using just like the straight side of it, dipping it into that powder, and then just literally like that. Like that. And it's up to you if you want to keep it that defined. I typically don't keep it that defined, but again, this makeup is up to you. I also use that, and I'm just gonna highlight this part of my face. I'm gonna use a brush for this. Let me find a brush, a good brush. Okay, I'm gonna use just like straighter flat brush, dip it in, pick up pigment, and then just go like here, and then blend it up into that nose, so it's like almost giving like that highlighter effect to the nose. You feel me? We're not done with that orange. I don't know why I closed it. Now I'm gonna go with the lighter orange, swirl it around, and then do my Cupid's bow. You're gonna look like you ate a whole bag of Cheeto Puffs. You're gonna look like a kid who ate a freak ton of Cheeto Puffs. But mine low-key defines my mustache, but we ball. I really pack it in there, and I slightly go up just a little bit, just to make it seem like your nose and your mouth are connected, you know? And then I'm gonna do that same thing to my bottom lip, just under my bottom lip, and kind of make it like a V shape to give it that look. Now I'm gonna go with a deeper orange, a darker orange, and just right in the center of the lips, my Cupid's bow, right in the center of my bottom lip. Now I'm gonna brush off the bake, aka this yellow, and it just like diffuses the whole look. So I keep running out of storage. Is this a sign? Anyways, you're basically done with this. Now I'm gonna do more of the eyeshadow look. So I'm gonna take out the eyeliner again, and you're gonna put false, like draw on lashes on your bottom eye, and just do it. I don't know what even to call it. I just like the anime alt look kind of thing. You just draw eyeliner on. So this is how I do it. It might turn out booty cheeks. So it's turning out a little bit booty cheek. Let's try this side. This side's always better. See? You see how that side turned out a little better? You kind of just have to full send it for it to look good. And then you're just gonna draw a connecting line. And then I try to make it look a little more seamless and look like it's connecting all the lashes together. And the inner corner one, I try to bring it out a little more so it's not such an abrupt ending to that. Now we're gonna put our mascara and start putting lashes on. I use the Sky High mascara by Maybelline, the waterproof version. I like it the best. So I put it on my very minimal lashes just so it blends more seamlessly with the lashes itself. Yo, I just discovered my sister and her husband discovered my YouTube video. Hey. Anyways, now you're gonna need a glitter, a whiter glitter. I use this one glitter. I've used it forever. It's in the Glam Babe palette by Trend Beauty, and it's called Hollywood. And you can see it's the only one that hit pan, the only one that looks touched. It's like a champagne-y, more white essence kind of deal, and I freaking love it. I'm gonna use basically the same brush I used to carve out my brows and put it right here as if you're doing an egg style on both sides. Actually, I'm gonna do my egg style. I'm gonna use the same palette. I'm gonna use the same brush. I'm gonna use a cooler brown, so I'm gonna go in with the shade Original. Tap it just right on the edge, and then I don't start right in the inner corner. Go out. I'm gonna show you guys. I go right here and look, you just draw a straight line. To me, it makes your eyes a bit bigger, you know, and just not a lot, just a little bit, so you can see a difference like that. Okay, now I'm gonna clean off this brush and go in with that champagne white shimmer. Put it right where your eye bag is, right here, and then on top of right here. Just watch. I'm gonna go in here and then just, this is why an angle brush is crucial. You're gonna go right up against the line of your eye and sweep it up like this. And you're not gonna fill it in, you just want the line. Hurry this up before I keep running out of storage. Okay, do that, and I connect your under my eye, and then basically it's like highlighting the middle of your eye. Like that. And then I'm gonna use a face paint. You can use lipstick, you can use eyeshadow. I'm just gonna use face paint because that's what I have. And then I'm gonna get a water paintbrush, and I use something circular that would fit here, and the top of this paintbrush paint bottle works best for me, so start doing that. And I just use this pinky color. I just do it on my top of my cheekbone. Boom. And then I'm gonna dip it again. Boom. Now you're gonna just fill it in with that color. Just paint 2 circles on your cheeks and you're chillin'. And it's a hot pink too. So I'm gonna pause this so I don't run out of storage. Okay, I put on the balls and then basically pop a lash on, baby, and you're good. I'm gonna put on like a nude lip. I'd go for a corally one, but I don't have a corally colored lipstick. I'll put on this nude one and then just brush over it with the orange once it dries and pop a lash on, and I'll be back. And here's the finished makeup look. I put on a yellow t-shirt and a tank top to mimic Chica in her Let's Party bib. And I put my hair up in like a little thing to give her the little sprouts that she has. I hope you guys enjoyed this YouTube video. Hope you guys slay so hard watching the new FNAF movie. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. As you guys know, I try to post every Tuesday. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment more ideas, more video ideas. I'd love to hear them. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.